Hey there, it is Michael. How are you guys doing tonight? It is Wednesday, the day after the traditional Valentine's Day. And I had set aside today to do a self love meditation because February is so often very much wrapped around romantic love. And sometimes we take precedence that that's more important than really addressing our own personal needs of learning how to love ourselves in a purely unconditional way. And, I've worked with a lot of different clients through the years, and a lot of them have been looking for love. And maybe they're with somebody that, they don't see as long term, or maybe they are single and wanting to find that person they're going to spend their life with. And what I've always tell them is that, you're going to really truly attract the person that is the perfect balance for you is after you've healed yourself. Because if you get into a relationship and you're not healed, there is an imbalance in the relationship where it's almost like there's energy feeding sounds really strong, but it's like you give, and they give you, and that's what creates the balance between the two of you in what feels like wholeness. But over time, that that love, like there's conditions to that love. If you do this, then I love you, or if you do that, then I'll love you and accept you. But when you're truly healed and you are balanced within yourself, you will then attract someone who is balanced and whole unto themselves. And that is the most healthy relationship. It's the most healthy for you. It's the most healthy within a partnership where you can love and appreciate someone for them just being them. They don't need to do anything. You're not looking for them to give you something to feel fulfilled. Instead, you find that fulfillment within yourself. And so I thought of when I wanted to do this meditation, it was about maybe healing that wounded aspects within ourselves that need a little bit of extra love, that's looking for a relief from the pain that they might be in. It's time for us to maybe bring out these old aspects that are wounded. And, some people call this the inner child that is looking to find resolution from the pain that they are in. And so tonight I thought we could do a little inner child work to integrate and bring them into our wholeness. And the way I tell my clients about this is there are aspects that we have, and these aspects are the wounded child. So if you can imagine a child that is maybe 3 or 4 years old, and it can be something as simple as maybe getting yelled at for having dropped a chocolate chip cookie. But when that 3-year-old is, enjoying their chocolate chip cookie, they're just in the enjoyment of the the taste and the sweetness, and they're just so loving this chocolate chip cookie. And then for a parent or someone to come up to them and yell at them while they're in that enjoyment, it can be a real shock to the system. And if we were to look at this, that maybe in the future, that 3-year-old no longer likes chocolate chip cookies. And as an adult, he may not even realize why he doesn't like chocolate chip cookies. But it's simply from the fact that the 3-year-old has this wounded aspect, or the 3-year-old is the wounded aspect that feels the trauma of having eaten a chocolate chip cookie. And so whenever the adult is going through their day and someone offers them a chocolate chip cookie, that 3-year-old wounded self is going, oh, no, no, we don't want that chocolate chip cookie. It's dangerous to eat chocolate chip cookies. So our job to heal these inner parts of ourselves is about integrating these wounded parts of ourselves that have accumulated over time. And so I think that's what we're going to do in our guided meditation today. And we have, oh, look at this, who's visiting me right in here in my lap. This is Isabelle, because she only worries about her belly. Say hi to everyone. So funny. She never comes around if people are actually around in the house. But as soon as I start talking, she's like, "Oh, what's going on? There must be a party. There must be something that I need to participate in." So she's here to help us to help ground and bring a softness and a lovingness into our energy for the meditation we're going to do tonight. So if you're here, go ahead and say hi. I would love to say hi to whomever is showing up today. We have Teresa. Hi, Teresa. It's so nice to see you. Izzy says hi. And I see a couple others who have kind of popped in also. Oh, see, I've done too much talking, too much interaction with the cat. And she's like, this is too much for me. We have Bethany. Bethany, hey. Bethany, oh, Bethany's so amazing. She helped me so much today. It was inventory day at the store today, and we wore ourselves out. So anyway, so thanks for saying hi. And anyone else I see, like I said, I see a couple other lurkers back there, but that's okay. We'll get into the meditation and we can just relax and not have to talk overly much. So let's do this. Let's just take a few deep breaths. And I want you to just focus in on yourself. When we go into a guided meditation, this is about being in mindfulness. And mindfulness is all about being in the moment. It's about when you're taking a deep breath, sensing that breath, feeling that breath move through you. All your awareness is on what is happening in this exact moment. Nothing else matters. You can feel the breath moving. I want you to make an awareness, watch an awareness about any physical sensations that you have. Have an awareness of any emotional things that are coming up within you. Your body and your emotional state are constantly giving you feedback on what is happening, and it's there for a reason. So when you are maybe just kind of observing it, that's going to give you information. So in this mindfulness moment, I just want you to take a few deep breaths and settle into your body. Just pay attention to your body and feel your body. Now, as an example, as I'm sitting here, I feel tension in my back because I've been working physically all day long. I feel a fullness because I had my dinner this afternoon. And yet there's a lightness within the energy around me. And as you continue breathing, focus in on your body. Notice your body. Notice your emotional state. And then we're going to have you imagine a beautiful white crystalline energy that is coming down through a column of light that's above you. And you might imagine yourself just standing tall, and that column of light is pouring down from above. And this beautiful white energetic light is pouring down through the top of your head, right into the center of your crown chakra. And allow this energy to just pour down in through your head, moving its way all through where you would imagine that brain mass is, and filling up that brain with this beautiful energetic light, letting the energy move through that third eye chakra, moving downward through that jaw. You can even imagine that as this energy is moving through these different areas, it's just releasing tension everywhere. And that beautiful white crystalline energy just keeps moving down through your throat, expanding that throat chakra, moving down into your chest, but also over and through your shoulders, and down your arms, down your forearms, through your wrists and your hands, all the way down through the tips of your fingers. And this beautiful white crystalline energy keeps moving from your throat down into your chest, expanding throughout that chest, that beautiful heart chakra there in your chest. letting it expand. And that energy just keeps moving downward, down behind your rib cage. There's a solar plexus chakra there, filling up that whole cavity with this beautiful white crystalline energy. And this crystalline energy, it has sparkles of iridescence. And the iridescence has little sparkles of different colors. You might see blues or greens, pinks or reds, golds and yellows, purples. Whatever color you're seeing or sensing is just exactly what you need. But allow this beautiful white crystalline energy to just keep on moving downward. Down, down, down through your sacral chakra, down through your root chakra, down your legs, through your knees, all the way down through your ankles and your feet. And let this beautiful white crystalline energy expand throughout every part of your physical being. Let that physical self just absorb this light to receive it. And as that light moves into the different parts of your body, it just melts away any tension, being absorbed by the organs, dissolving tension in the muscles. I even like to imagine that it's flowing through the veins. And now I want you to put your awareness down at your feet. And at the feet, you can imagine these golden roots of energy. These golden roots of energy coming off the bottom of your feet and burrowing down into the earth. Allow those golden roots to burrow deeper and deeper downward, moving down through the mud and the rocks, burrowing deeper and deeper downward, down through the water, layers of crystals down there, burrowing deeper and deeper, going all the way through the lava, all the way to the very, very center of the earth, where I like to imagine a really large crystal there at the center of the earth. And allow your golden root system to expand and multiply. Maybe even wrapping some of those golden roots around that crystal. Really anchoring you and grounding you in Mother Gaia's energy. And just like the roots of an old oak tree that would soak up the water and nutrients it needs to grow and thrive, allow your beautiful golden root system to soak up the nurturing energy and the grounding energy of Mother Gaia. And allow that energy to just flow right back up through your root system. Coming back up, it flows just gently and easily and naturally. There's nothing that you have to do. It knows exactly what has to happen. You're just here to observe this energy flowing back up through your golden root system. And that energy flows right back up through that lava and the inner cities, back up through the rocks and the crystal layers, back up through the water and the grass and the dirt, all the way back up through the bottom of your feet, going directly to your heart and then expanding outward. And now you have this beautiful energy from above intermingling with the energy from below. And allow these two energies to commingle, moving throughout every part of your body, being absorbed by every cell, flowing through those veins. And these two energies that have been combined are creating a bubble of energy. And allow that bubble of energy to grow larger and larger until you are fully encompassed within this ball of energy. And let that ball of energy get even a little bit bigger, so that it's going to grow a little bit bigger and bigger, so that it also encompasses your energetic bodies that are outside of your physical. So we're asking this energetic bubble of energy to grow so that it also encompasses your energetic mental body, getting bigger so that it also encompasses your energetic emotional body, even bigger so that it encompasses your energetic bodies your etheric bodies, all these energetic bodies that incorporate within your aura. And we're going to let that bubble of energy get so big that it encompasses all of the energetic bodies that are you, that make up your aura, and that ultimately create your physical matrix. And then we're going to ask that my higher self work with all of your higher selves for the greatest outcome of your intention today. And this is the time to set your intention. A time for you to be clear with your spiritual team, with your higher self, about what you want to get out of today's meditation. If there's something specific, go ahead and share that. If it's something that's just generic and you're not sure what it can be, you can just say something for your highest good. But I am asking my highest good to work with all of your highest goods for the greatest outcome of your intention today. That we can all work together as a group to magnify our energy, to amplify it, because we are much stronger as a group than we are singular. And as we all work together for the same outcome, which is that highest good of whatever our intention is, it just gives a little extra oomph to assist the outcome of this in our life. So I'm going to give you just a minute to talk about your intention to your higher self. You do not have to say anything out loud. You don't have to share anything. But I want you to take this moment just to talk to your spiritual team. They're always wanting to create a better connection, and this is just an opportunity to set that intention for yourself with them. Nicely done. Now, what a lovely group we have here today with all of our energies combined, all working for that greatest outcome of ourselves. Now, I would like you to imagine just a beautiful place that maybe you've been to before. Maybe it's a place you've never seen before, but you find yourself there now. And just take a moment to notice this beautiful place around you. I want you to smell the space that you are now in. I want you to listen. I want you to see. Just absorb whatever your beautiful place is and know that this is a place of safety. It's a place that is set in time for your protection. It is a place where you can be introspective and be safe. It's a peaceful place. It's a comfortable place. And as you are in this peaceful, comfortable place, I'm going to ask your subconscious to bring up a memory of a time when you felt unloved. And I'm going to ask you to try to go back as far back in time as possible with this memory. But whatever one is that comes up is perfectly fine, but it should be a memory that you really do feel the pain of. And I want you to be brave about really going into this pain. And it's not even that you have to go into it. It's about observing the pain. It's about observing you in that moment. I want you to imagine that there's you of today that's doing this meditation. And then there is the you that's in the memory. The you that's in the memory is usually the younger one, and the you of today is the one that you are today. And I just want to be clear about this, because as I move forward into talking our way through this, there's going to be the younger you and the today you. So I want you to observe that younger you. I want you to notice what situation she is in. I want you to know that whatever pain that she is feeling, you are observing it from the today you. I also want you to be aware that there are spiritual teams here assisting you, keeping you safe, so that while this may be a painful memory, that together, if you just stick with feeling whatever you were feeling in that moment, observing that feeling, that we're going to allow this to dissolve away, the pain of it. We can't necessarily change the past of the actions, but we can dissolve the pain of it. So I want you to go into that memory, observing that younger self of you. Notice how she is feeling. Bring back the situation, what's going on around her. And most importantly, I want you to notice how what she needed in that moment was not being met. She needed something. That younger self of you needed something, and it wasn't being met. And I'm going to give you a clue that usually it's because they don't feel loved. It's usually that they just don't feel loved. And they're hurt because whomever that they are with wants them to fall into some other category, to follow some rule or programming about their situation that they had been trained. And that younger self of you is very confused by this usually, because especially when we're young, we just want love. And of course, when we're older, we want that too, but it's almost like we harden ourselves to not want to hope or expect it too much. But that younger self, she really needed it. And now your role for her is to take care of her, because no one else has to this point. So I want you to observe that younger part of you that's in her woundedness. And I'm going to have you ask, I want the adult you of today ask that younger self of you if you can hold their hand. And pay attention to how they respond to this. Sometimes they will hold your hand right away, but sometimes they resist because they're scared. Now, when I first went in and met my younger self that was wounded, it was in a like a train station, and they have benches and train stations. At least I assume they did. This was in my imagination, so I'm not sure what they have in reality. But there was a bench at this train station, and I, as my younger self, was hiding under that bench. That younger self of mine was so scared to come out. Everything outside of being under that bench seemed so scary to her. And I had to coax her out from underneath that bench to even interact with me. So be very gentle to that younger self of you. They're hurt, they're wounded, they need understanding, they need unconditional love, compassion. So I invite you to express that to your younger self now. And I'm going to give you just a moment to express that to your younger self. Tell your younger self what she needs to hear, what you wanted to hear. No one knows this younger self better than you do. Tell her what you wanted to hear. Tell her what she needs to know, which is that she is loved and that you're going to help her. So just take a few moments to interact with that younger self. Like I said, you could have already asked, but if you haven't, ask if you can hold her hand. See if you can get her to hold your hand as you're reassuring her. This hand holding is the initial connection, the reconnection of touching this part of you that's kind of broken off. I call them soul shards. They're stuck in their moment of pain. And by holding hands, it's the first reconnection back to bringing you both together. So reassure her as you're holding her hand or his hand. Now, if you feel resistance from them still, I want you to ask them to also just look at your memories. So especially if they're holding their hand, they can tap into you and see your experiences. Because keep in mind, this younger self of you is frozen in time. She didn't really grow up with you. She stayed young. She stayed at whatever age she's at. So you went on and moved on past her. And so tell your younger self to look at all the memories of everything that you've done since that moment that you two split. And they can get a much better sense that life went on because they're so scared about moving on to the next step. So when they understand that you have moved on, that you have survived, and sometimes it's even helpful to inform them that, if you want them to be on this journey with you, that you're growing and you're expanding and you are wanting to do this with them, that the two of you can be much more powerful than just the one or the two that separated. So ask them to look at your memories, see how far you've come. Even if you feel weak of today, that you feel weak inside emotionally, I guarantee you're much stronger than they are. You've expanded way beyond them. All right, so then our next step is see if you can get them to hug you, that you could hug them. But to come in for a hug, will they allow you to hug one another? Again, being very reassuring, being very caring and compassionate to this younger self of you. Bring them in with that hug, holding them close, and just feel unconditional love and support for this being in all of her pain. Because like I said, no one recognizes the rough life that this person has had. You're the one that knows her best. And as you hug, allow her or him to dissolve into you, allowing the two of you to become one, remerging together, remembering one another, reclaiming one another. Breathe them in. And you're literally reclaiming that lost part of you. Breathe them in. Just keep reassuring them that you are there for them, that you're going to take care of them. that together the two of you can accomplish anything. Nicely done. Very nicely done. Now remember, we are in a beautiful place, that safe place that we started out at. And in your beautiful place, there's actually a waterfall right nearby. And I want you to just find the trail that takes you to the waterfall. Notice the trail. And as you get near the waterfall, you'll notice that there's a grassy bank with some rocks on the side, but you can step into the pool of water at the base of that waterfall. And the water's not very deep here. It's never going to get past your shins, but you can walk through the water, the pool of water at the base of this waterfall. Walking through this water and literally just stepping underneath this waterfall that is pouring down easily and gently over you. And just take a moment to enjoy this waterfall. It's very refreshing in this beautiful day. And the waterfall is very magical. The water is. As it moves down, it pours in through you as well as over you. And being magical water, the water magnetizes anything that's no longer needed in your energy field that's ready to bleed, let go. And so as the water moves through you and over you, it's magnetizing and picking up any stray stagnant energy that's no longer needed and carrying it away as it pours down, all the way down through you, going through that pool of water. And that pool of water goes down to a stream, carrying away all that old stagnant energy that's ready to be let go. So just stand under this waterfall for just a little bit and receive the magic of this water. As the water moves through you, carrying away everything that's ready to be released. And we don't even need to worry about what that is. But just by reintegrating this child aspect back into you, you are releasing pain. You are releasing trauma. You are releasing stuck energy. So allow that water to just pour through you, magnetize away what's ready to let go, and carry it away. And then the water can shift in color. This beautiful waterfall becomes a rainbow waterfall. And it's bringing in different colors, bringing in them in through the top of your head and allowing those colors to move through you. And your body is just picking out the colors that it needs. So maybe the red is coming in and it's picking out what pieces of red it needs to balance out your energy field, and then allowing any excess to flow right out. And then we have the yellows coming in, moving through. And again, your body's just picking up what it needs. All this yellow is flowing through you, being received, being kept what is needed, and everything else is let go. And then we have, let's get the oranges. Let's get orange. Orange is coming in on this waterfall. Allowing that orange to flow through you, receiving whatever it is you need and allowing excess to move on through you. And again, you don't have to do anything. These colors, this water, it knows what to do naturally. You don't have to consciously try to control this. Just allow it to happen. Let's bring in the green, the beautiful heart color, the healing color, letting this color move through you and releasing any excess. Bringing in blue, beautiful blue. moving all the way through you, releasing the excess. Bringing in indigo, allowing that energy to flow through you, to be received, to be kept, and allowing any excess to be released. And now purple. I'm going to also bring in violet. The violet flame, I work with these dragons. The violet flame dragons want to come in. I always see them as dual. They come in a pair, and they sweep in and they come up, and their heads are pointing on each side of you towards your neck and shoulders, and they're blowing in this beautiful violet flame. Now, obviously, it's not going to hurt you. This is just an energy, but the violet flame assists in burning away fears and stagnant energy. It helps any random energy that's kind of been dislodged. They can come in, and this violet flame just dissolves away any of this fear-based energy or stuck energy. And as they blow this violet flame into your energy field is like water or air. It has currents. Those currents are constantly moving through your chakra system. So as they blow the violet flame into your energy system, it just starts moving through the currents, moving through your chakras, working its way through every single part of every energetic field that you have. And let's just receive that. And just take a big deep breath and release. Just let it go. This is not the time to control anything. It's about a time of receiving and letting go, receiving what you need and letting go whatever you don't. And you don't have to worry about what that actually is. Just set the intention that you're ready to receive what is most beneficial for you. And then just give permission to let go of anything that no longer serves you. Beautiful job. Now it's a beautiful sunny day as we've been underneath this waterfall, and you can step out from underneath that waterfall. You can head over back to the grassy bank. Stepping out on that grassy bank, and you're going to notice this really large rock there. This rock is so big that it's actually big enough for you to lay on. And I'm going to invite you to just lay back on this beautiful rock that seems like it would be hard, right? But it's a very magical rock that when you lay on this rock, it just molds to you, and it's incredibly comfortable. This rock has been sitting in the sun, warming. And after the coolness of that shower in the waterfall, the coolness of your back against the warmth of that rock. It feels so good as it dries your back, as it warms you. And as you look up at the sky, you can see the beautiful blue sky. You can feel the sun with the beautiful beam lights coming down from the sunlight, and this energy that's coming with the sun. And it's the perfect temperature. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. But you're now receiving this energy from above, soaking up the energy from below on this rock. Just allow those two, again, to really reside within you, to be within you, to receive them. It's a beautiful gift. And just let the sun warm you. And realize that you have come so far, and you've all done such an amazing job. And you can start coming back to awareness. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. And if anybody wants to even share anything that they might have seen, sensed, or felt in this, I welcome anybody that wants to share. It's always interesting. We all have very different experiences when we go through this meditation. I've done this meditation a lot just for my own inner child. I think I told you I first found her underneath a bench in a train station. But I go and I check in on her very often. And where I find her now, she's no longer under the bench. I've been able to get her out from underneath that bench. But even though she's been integrated, the representation that I get when I check in on her is she is in this grassy field, kind of like a park, and she does lots of somersaults, but cartwheels. And so it's so much fun because she feels so much freer than when I first found her, when she was so scared and she didn't want to come out. It was very terrifying for her to try to have the idea that she would have to interact with others. That's a very, very scary thing. I've always been incredibly sensitive to energy, and I can get easily overwhelmed. And as a kid, I think I got overwhelmed a lot, and I had no idea what my problem was. And so it's only as I've gotten older and I go and check on her and look into her that I realize that I think she was just in overwhelm a lot. And of course, as with any child, even though my childhood, I would never say would be completely horrendous. Many people have had much worse childhoods than I do. We all suffer in our childhood because the things that we need are rarely met in our childhood. And what I find interesting about parents is usually parents parent from what they want. And that's what my parents did. They parented me with what they wanted. But what they wanted and needed is not what I wanted and needed. And so we have to understand that we all have different wants. We have all different needs and even expectations. And so I think we're all somewhat traumatized from our childhood because nobody really understood the wants or needs of the child, or to give them enough credit that a child warrants receiving that, because often in our society we have a lot of rules that children aren't meant to be seen. They're just supposed to do what they're told, right? So now it's your turn to validate yourself, because no one else is really going to do it. All right, you have to validate yourself, and the first thing you have to do is to heal yourself, and then you move on one step at a time. This is a layer by layer process. So yeah, very good. All right. Well, it's very quiet. I'm not hearing from anyone. So like I said, if anybody has any comments or wants to share what they may have experienced, I certainly welcome that. I'm so happy that we had so many here tonight. That was awesome. And we have several upcoming events on the Quantum Life website. I just put a bunch together for us to add to the list. And I'm trying to think what's up next. Let's find out. I can go look. All right. The store has the New Moon and Pisces event on February 19th, and that's at the store in downtown Cary. February 21st, I have my live stream on a tarot card pull. If you want to attend that, I pull a tarot card. You just think of whatever question is that you want. Again, you don't have to share the question, but you just have to give that intention about what you want to know about. I pull the card and give you my intuitive read on it. February 25th, Quantum Life is going to be at the Body, Mind, Spirit Expo in Raleigh, both Saturday and Sunday, the 25th and the 26th. On the 25th, if you are in the Body, Mind, Spirit, which, there's a fee to get into that expo, but if you are there, the workshops are free. And I am doing a workshop about why you feel stuck and triggered and how to heal at 11 a.m. on Saturday. One of our practitioners, Mariella, has an Abundance Master Group session on February 25th, and that is at our Quantum Life Mastery Group office. And then February 28th, another live tarot. So every Tuesday at 6 or 6:30 is my live tarot oracle card share that I'm doing on the live stream. And then we have all these other events, just depending. It could be at the store, it could be at our group office, or the live stream. So yeah, we got lots going on, which is absolutely amazing. So Bethany says, thank you. You are so welcome. I'm so glad that you could be here, and I hope you're feeling good and a little better than you did earlier. Chelsea. Okay, so she's put this on private, so I can't show everyone, but she says, thank you for the guided love yourself meditation, trying to heal myself from a few years ago with a very tough breakup. I am loved. You are loved. You are, girl. Absolutely. I'm so glad you could make it. Teresa David, my little 7-year-old self took my hand immediately. Oh, I love that she did it immediately. And as soon as I asked her to hug me, she did, and I started to cry. Yeah, it's it seems like it's so simple to go into your imagination and interact with this inner child of you, but it's very powerful to reintegrate them back into you, because we move on, and the you of today, like I said, just moves on. We deal with life. We go and get things done, right? But that 7-year-old, she's kind of still stuck, and she got left behind. So I'm so glad you could get her and pull her in and bring her to you. That is amazing. And then we have another person that says they had a breakup today. It's why they joined. Well, I'm so sorry to hear that. But you know what I say to people who get divorced or break up? Congratulations, because this is now going to be your opportunity to figure out who you are. And that is a really, really powerful thing, to be able to say, you know what, this is about me now. Because in relationships, we tend to give. We tend to try to be what we think they want. They're doing the same. And it's time to get authentic. This spiritual journey that's going on today is about being authentic and knowing who you are, healing who you are, and then you're going to be able to find a relationship that is an equal to you, that's a match to you, and that is where the ideal relationships are. So you're going to do amazing. Kellyanne, been feeling so expansive to the point of crying. Then let yourself cry. Let the emotions be felt, but in a good way, with such love. Even coming into this meditation halfway through, I feel it's the energy. Yay, thank you. I so appreciate you guys commenting. I'm here all by myself while I have a cat. I don't know if you heard, she was even snoring through this. She has this little snore. And I was like, oh, my dear little cat. She's probably healing those little inner kitty cats that are, needing to be integrated. And it's nice to get the comments to feel a better connection with those who are here. So Kelly, I know you're doing an amazing job, and you do have so much love in you. You absolutely have so much in you. And she says, thank you. Oh, thank you, beautiful Kelly. Well, this has been very wonderful. Like I said, I really appreciate everyone's comments and feedback, and allowing that inner child of yours to really get connected, to feel loved, to feel appreciated. And I so love and appreciate all of you for being here, for sharing this journey. And, go let that inner child of yours play. Let her play. She needs to be free. Like I said, my inner child, from going from that underneath the bench in a train station, is now out in a park doing cartwheels. And she really doesn't care what anyone else thinks now. And that's what I would wish for you, is to be able to be set free from all those old expectations and allow yourself to just be you, to be your authentic self. So that's awesome. And Chelsea's saying love and light. Yes, love and light. Well, thank you. I'm going to bring this to a close. My heart is full. My inner child is playing in the park, so it's all good. Many blessings. You guys take care. Check the calendar for the next event, and I will see you there. Bye-bye.